Всем привет! Thank you for still being in this Russian Cases Marathon. And today, as I said, we are starting to work with the forms in different cases. So today we're only working with the nouns chart. And first I'm gonna tell you about what you see on this chart. And then we're gonna look at different examples. Let's start. I'm gonna switch again so you won't see me. You will only see the chart and me working with my props. And at the end of the video, there will be another task.
If you like it, please click like. If it's useful, drop a line. If you love it, hit subscribe. Like me, подпишись и комментарий напиши.
Okay, so here is our chart, and first let me walk you through what you see here. So this whole chart with endings is for nouns, so a person, place, or thing, or idea. And the rows correspond to the cases: nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, instrumental, and prepositional. And our columns go with the gender and number, masculine singular, neutral singular, feminine singular, and all of them can turn into plural. So for plural, we'll use the endings in this column. As you can see here, the first set of endings is in a kind of like a red box. I hope you can see it here. So the endings in this box are the default endings of the word. Default as in the word comes with this letter when you look it up in the dictionary. For instance, if you look up the word student, like here, it will come looking like that, and the letter T is our consonant, which falls right here. Or maybe you will look up the word room, комната. So комната, when you look it up, that's how you see it, and that's our ending a, комната. So when you see something ending in a consonant, it's masculine. If you see something ending in o, or ye, it's neutral. Feminine is a, ya, and и кратко is also the ending for masculine. Please note that if you look up a word and it ends in a soft sign, we cannot just say it is masculine or feminine. We have to look it up. For every word that ends in a soft sign, as you can see, it falls into both categories. We have to look up its gender. Okay, so these are the endings. So above it here, it's kind of like, guiding information. So here I'm reminding you that above the dotted line, all endings are considered a hard set of endings. And below it, it's soft. So hard stays hard and soft stays soft unless it's affected by the 7 or 5 letter rules. And 7 and 5 letter rules are explained right here. So 7 letters that cannot have U follow them are G, K, Х, Ж, Ш, Щ, and Ч. And the 5-letter rule has 5 letters, Ж, Ш, Щ, Ч, and C, that cannot have an unstressed O follow them. They can totally have a stressed O, so the O that the stress falls on follow them, but they cannot have an unstressed O follow them. It has to change. Also, these letters cannot have A, U, or Ya follow them. Then here, I'm reminding you about the questions, who and what. Who is somebody who can look you in the eye. It's a somebody, it's a person. While a what cannot look you in the eye. It's a something. And as you can see here, we have who and what, кто and что. And you will also see that these questions also change in different cases. So кто changes to кого, кому, кого, кем, о ком, and что changes to чего, чему, что, чем, о чем. So for example, if we're asking who is this, we're using nominative and we're using кто. If, however, we're saying who are you going to the movies with? With whom are you going to the movies? That would be instrumental, and the кто will change to кем. So here we have the questions. Now, in terms of the endings, as you can see here, we have the endings, and we also have the 7 and an arrow, or 5 and an arrow, and an arrow. It means that this ending has to change to E if we can apply the 7-letter rule. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so Here, I also have these asterisks and see below. So genitive plural endings required a little bit more space, so I put it here. Then we also have another asterisk right here, and it goes right here. And prepositional after the na, some words change the ending. Then at the bottom of the page, we have the chart with personal pronouns in different cases. I'm not going to go over it in this video, but we'll work with some of it when we start translating the sentences. And here I have some notes. I remind you that plural has many exceptions, and overall, this chart is pretty basic. Of course, I couldn't account for a lot of the exceptions here, so I'm reminding you about it here. I'm also reminding you that masculine nouns that end in a or ya, so the endings we usually associate with feminine, will actually change, decline in cases like a feminine word. So the ending is the one that changes, but everything that kind of like is connected to that word will still stay masculine. And finally, I remind you that some nouns look and change like adjectives, and that means this chart with endings will not apply. Okay, let's start with masculine. And let me very quickly show you what words I selected for masculine. So we have the word student. And as you can see, it ends in a consonant, so it will fall right here. Then we have the word park. Also ends in a consonant and also will fall right into this category. Then my next word for you is the word музей. So here we have a краткое, and that means it falls right here. Like as you can see, here we have nothing, which means that the word ends in a consonant and all the case endings will be added to it. Once you have a letter, yeah, that letter will disappear and be replaced by the endings in other cases. So, and I will also show you the word slavar. So slavar is a soft sign masculine word. And again, since we have this letter here, that means that will disappear and be replaced by the endings that will come in other cases. So then later I will show you words for neutral and feminine. And for all the words that I'm showing you, I will also be showing you the plural forms. Okay, let's start with the word student. This one I will go kind of like slowly with, and then we'll speed up as we go through other examples. So as I said, student falls right here because it ends in a consonant, so it has the zero ending. It's above the dotted line, so it means it's hard. Hard stays hard unless it's affected by the 7 or 5 letter rule. Now let's see if the word student will be affected. Now here we have the consonant t. T is not part of either 7 or 5 letter rule, so we will not worry about any of these changes. So as I said, hard stays hard, so that's our nominative, student, studenta, studentu. Now in accusative, we have to decide, is this word student, is it a something or is it a somebody? Can it look you in the eye? The students sure can. So that's a person. And for a person, we'll use the same form as we do in genitive. So the accusative form will be again studenta. Instrumental, hard stays hard, studentum. Here we have something affecting it, but remember, t is not part of these letters, so we don't worry about it. And finally, we go to the prepositional. Prepositional, as you can see, has a little bit of a different structure. So here we can say if it ends in. So if a masculine ends in a consonant, we get the ending ye, studiente. Now we have a little asterisk here, so let's read it. In prepositional after v, na, some words get the ending u. Пол на полу, мост на мосту, бой в бою, порт в порту, and some others. It's a pretty limited set of words, and student is not part of it. And most words are actually not. So we're just going with the regular ending, studiente. So once again, student, studenta, studentu, studenta, studentam, studiente. Now let's say, so this is one student, but we also definitely can say students if we add s here in English. So what happens in Russian? Hard stays hard. So we go here and we can see a different set of endings here. So masculine plus feminine gets this ending. So to say students, we'll say studenty. Then we're going to genitive plural. So it says see below. We go to see below, and it says if the word in singular ends in ж, ч, ч, щ, soft sign, и краткое ends in any other consonant. T is definitely any other consonant, add of. So genitive plural will be студентов, студентов. Then we go to other cases. So again, hard stays hard. So student. Here we have again nominative versus genitive. So студенты can look you in the eye. So again, as genitive, plural, студентов. Instrumental, студентами or студентах for prepositional case. So here are our endings for student. Now let's take a look at the word park. So again, it falls into the same category as student because it ends in a consonant. Hard stays hard. So let's go. Парка, парку. Now here in accusative, park is a something. Park cannot look you in the eye, so we go back to nominative, which is just park. Instrumental is парком. Here we have something affecting it, 5-letter rule. Let's take a look. The letter K is part of the 7, but it's not part of 5. So we don't worry about it. So hard stays hard without being affected by anything. Парком. And in prepositional, we again look at the consonant. So we add this ending парке. Now let's say parks, not a park, but many parks or parks. So once again, hard stays hard, park. We go here and we need to add the ending for masculine, which is y. But look, here we have something affecting it, and that's a 7-letter rule. So let's check if park is part of the 7-letter rule. And look at that, it is. K is right here. It means we cannot add y. So y cannot follow k. What happens? We have to switch to e. Parki, parki. Okay, for genitive, we again see below. And if the word in singular ends in any of these or any other consonant, which is our park, we just add of. Parkov, parkov. Okay, so then we go back to dative, and remember, hard stays hard whenever it can. So since park is hard, even though here we switched to the soft endings, but it's still hard. Yeah, here we only switched because of the 7-letter rule, so we go back to hard. Parkam. Here again, we go to nominative because park cannot look you in the eye, and our nominative is parki, parki. Then in instrumental, we go back to hard, parkami, and then o parkах. I keep adding o because prepositional case is the only case that cannot have a word without some kind of a preposition, whether it's o or b, na, or some other. So we always need to add like o parkах, about parks. Okay, so our next word is the word музей. So as you can see, музей, this one will disappear. So here we have it right here, and then we remove it. So the word музей, and it's below the line, which means it's soft. So музей goes to soft. Музея. Here we have 5. Let's see if it will be affected. Е is a vowel. It's not even a consonant, so it's definitely not affected. So soft stays soft. Музея. Музею. Accusative. Музей cannot look you in the eye, so it's the same as nominative, which is музей. Then instrumental, музеем. Soft stays soft. And let's take a look at the prepositional. If it ends in и краткое. Now here we also have a краткое, but it has to have e before it. Музей has a е, so it's just an и краткое ending. So that means that here we get another е. О музее, о музее. Now let's say museums. Soft stays soft, музей. So we go here, and our masculine is right here, so it will be музей, музей, музей. For genitive plural, we see below. If the word in singular ends in и краткое, here is our краткое, and we know it ends in краткое, we add ев. Again, и краткое disappears, remember we put it away, and we add the ев. Музеев, музеев. Dative, Soft stays soft, so we go to the soft ending. Muzey, yam, remember not affected by 5-letter rule. Here we go back to nominative. Muzey, e. In instrumental we go back to soft because soft stays soft. Muzeyami or muzeyях. Finally, our last masculine word is the word slavar. And again, this soft sign disappears. So it's like slavar, and that soft sign disappears and will be replaced by the endings. So once it disappears, soft stays soft. Slavarya. Again, let's see if it's affected by the 5-letter rule. R is not part of the 5-letter rule, so we don't care. We stay soft. Slavarya. Словарю. Same as nominative is genitive. Словарь cannot look you in the eye, so same as nominative or the default form. Словарь. Словарь. Soft stays soft, so it should be yem. But can you see this yo here? Some words in masculine and feminine sometimes change the letter to yo. It's just a number of words that do it, and they're pretty frequent words. So if it were a different word, now remember, muzey was also soft and it got yem. It didn't change to yo. But slavari is one of those words that does have this change. So it changes to yom. Slavarym. So then here for the prepositional, if it ends in soft sign, which it did, it gets the ye. Slavari. So it have the soft sign. Yeah, and we can see it right here. We remove the soft sign and we add ye. Slavari. Very quickly, let's do plural. So slavari, soft, soft stays soft. It's slavari. Slavari. It's a masculine word. For the genitive, let's go genitive plural. If it ends in soft sign, which it did, yeah, we remove the soft sign and add ye. Slavari. Slavari. Okay, then in dative, we go back to soft, slavarям. In accusative, we go back to nominative because it's a что, cannot look you in the eye. For instrumental, slavarями, славарях. There you go. We are done with masculine. So our next word is going to be just one example for neutral. Why one? Because I think if you got the logic of masculine, as you can see, the endings are the same for neutral. So after nominative, both masculine and neutral actually use the same set of endings. So, but I want to show you some things that, some words that are affected by the 5-letter rule. So here we have the word сердце, which means heart. And as you can see, ye will disappear and be replaced, but it also places сердце into the soft category. Remember, soft stays soft unless it's affected by the 5-letter rule. Now the letter ц is definitely part of the 5-letter rule, so we'll have something affecting it. So soft stays soft, yeah, which means we have to go to the soft ya right here. But as you can see, it's affected by the 5-letter rule. So that means the genitive form for the word hard, сердце, is actually going to the hard ending, сердца. We go here to the soft one, and again it's affected. So we have to go to u, because remember these letters cannot follow сердцу. For accusative, сердце is definitely is something, and neutral words are. So it's the same as nominative, сердце. Instrumental, so here soft stays soft. Oh look, we are not affected by the 5-letter rule. So 5, the arrow doesn't go up, it only goes down. So soft stays soft. So here we have this soft ending сердцем. And for the prepositional, we'll look at neutral and we'll look at ye. Ye actually stays ye. Сердце, сердце. So then if we want to say hearts, then we have to stay soft. So here we move here and it should be ya. But look, it's affected again, so it cannot have the ya. So to say hearts, you will be using the hard ending сердца. So here for genitive, we see below, and actually there's not that many words with yes, so I actually don't have the ending here, but it will be similar to a and o. So I probably should add it when I edit it. So ye also disappears. It will be сердец, but there will be another letter here. Some words just change their form a little bit, but this chart cannot account for all of them. All right, let's go back. So here's our soft ending. Soft stays soft. So we go here to yam for dative, but we cannot have it because of the 5-letter rule. So it will be сердцам. Nominative genitive here, definitely nominative because сердце is a something, not a somebody. And then again, yummy, we cannot have it, so it goes back to сердцами. And same here, cannot have ях, so о сердцах. So really true soft ending, we only saw in the instrumental here. Everything else had to change to hard because it was affected by the 5-letter rule. Okay, and now let's take a look at our feminine words. Okay, our feminine words that we're gonna work with is the word комната, a room, the word подруга, a female friend, the word семья, family, and the word ночь, which means a night. And finally, the soft sign word in feminine, ночь. Ночь. As you can see, they're all kind of like detachable in my prop, which means they will be replaced by the endings. Okay, let's start with the word комната. So here it is. Once again, a disappears. Yeah, so we have it here. It means this ending will disappear and be replaced by these endings. Again, we follow the hard stays hard and soft stays soft unless it's affected. So комната in genitive will be комнаты. So here we have 7, but t is not part of the 7-letter rule, so we don't worry, stays hard. комнаты. Dative, the same as prepositional for feminine. So we go here and we find feminine ending in a. It also gets the ye ending. So dative and prepositional will be комнате. Accusative gets the ending u. So remember, for masculine, we had to think about can it look you in the eye or cannot. For feminine, we don't care. We just go by the ending, комнату. Instrumental, комнатой, we don't worry about this 5, and prepositional we already did. So for plural, комната, hard stays hard. So here's our masculine plus feminine. So we go right here. Комнаты. 7-letter does not affect it, so it stays hard. For genitive, we see below. If the word in singular ends in a, and that's what we had, remove a. That's it. This is our genitive plural form. So we just remove the a. Then we go back to dative, hard stays hard, комнатам. Here in plural, we again have to think if it's the same as nominative or the same as genitive. So is it a what or is it a who? For singular, we didn't care. For plural, we care again. So комната cannot look you in the eye, so it will be комнаты. Комнаты. Instrumental, hard stays hard, комнатами. Prepositional, о комнатах. Our next word is the word подруга. And again, it falls exactly where the комната fell on her chart, which is right here. Remember, hard stays hard. Подруга, подруг. Now we have that 7. Let's see. G is part of the 7-letter rule. So this transformation affects this word. So here we have to go here. It will be подруги. Dative is the same as prepositional, and we again, подруга ended in a. So we remove a and we add ye, подруге, подруге. Accusative, подругу. And female friend is definitely somebody who can look you in the eye, but for singular feminine, we don't care. We go by the hard or soft endings. So подругу, подругой, and we already did подруге. Okay, now when we go to plural, we go here, подруг. Cannot have it, so we have to switch to this подруги, подруги. See below, again, it ends in a. So for a, we just remove a. So that's our genitive plural form, подруг. Here we go back to hard, подругам. So even though here we went to the soft ending because of the 7-letter rule, where there's no effect of the 7-letter rule, hard stays hard. So подругам. Here we have to think again, and it's definitely like genitive, so that would be подруг. Here it goes back to hard, подругами, подругах. Our next word is семья, and that's an example of the soft word in feminine. Again, ya will be replaced by endings. So here is our семья, soft stays soft. So here we'll have семьи. Here we have the same as prepositional. So here is our я, семья. We'll get the е, семье. For instance, семье or о семье. So in accusative, soft stays soft. So семью, семью. Instrumental, soft stays soft. Семь should be ye. Remember how I said some words are affected? Семья is one of these words that will get a ю instead of ye. So it will be семью. So the same ending, but will be ю instead of a краткое. Okay, and this one we looked at. If we want to say families in plural, soft stays soft. So here's our feminine, семьи. So for genitive plural, it says see below, but if you go here, you actually will not find this ending here, because as I said, like I couldn't really fit everything there is, and семья has as in irregular ending in genitive plural. So for this one, you would just need to look it up. It actually will be семьи. Soft sign will disappear and we'll get this ending. So семьи. For dative, we go back to soft. семьям. For accusative. So here again, we have to decide if the word is a who or a what. Now, even though the word family consists of people, the word itself cannot look you in the eye. So the word itself is the same as nominative. So семьи. So that's our accusative plural for the word families. Then for instrumental goes back to soft, семьями. And here we have 5. Remember, soft sign is not part of the 5-letter rule, so we don't worry about it. And here we go to семьях. Okay. And our final word is the word ночь. And remember, soft sign words, we have to look up their gender. Словарь was masculine, but the word ночь is feminine. So, and as you can see, I have that ending right here, a little bit separate, because we basically learn it as a separate declension, but I still included it in this chart. So if you have it separate, it means you just go with that ending. If you don't have it separate, then you go with soft because it's below the line. So here's our word ночь. And once again, we remove the soft sign. It's right here. And we go here. So here we don't have a special box. So soft stays soft. Ночи. Ночи. For dative, we go to the same as prepositional. So here we're looking feminine, ending in a, ya, iya, soft sign. There is our soft sign. There is our soft sign right here. We remove it and replace it with e. Ночи. Ночи. So for accusative, you can see I do have this ending, and it actually goes back to the nominative. Ночь. Ночь. And for instrumental, it gets a special ending soft sign ю. Ночью. Ночью. We also can do plural. We did it for everything. So ночь, that's our soft sign. So it's a soft ending. Soft stays soft. Ночи. For genitive, see below. Soft sign here. It's right here. We remove it and go yay. Ночей. Ночей. For dative, we go to the soft sign, to the soft ending, because we have a soft sign here. But look, we have a 5-letter rule affecting this ending, and ch is part of the 5-letter rule. So this moves us here. Ночам. Here, nominative or genitive, the word ночь cannot look you in the eye, so it's ночи. Here we should go to the soft ending, but again we cannot because of the 5-letter rule, so we go right here, ночами, ночами. Finally, same here, а ночах, ах, because we cannot have the soft ending. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. About a quick note about this plural. So plural has many exceptions, and genitive plural also has a lot of exceptions. So sometimes you just have to look up the words online or in the dictionary or in the charts with the word forms. But if you have already an exception right here, for instance, brat doesn't change to браты, change to братья. Друг doesn't change to други, changes to друзья. The word дочь even has like a bigger word, дочери. So once you start putting these words into cases, you will actually go with that form rather than going by our default hard and soft in singular. So for example, брат singular goes with a singular ending брату in dative. Братья now ends in the soft ending я, so it will go with the soft ending here too. Братьям, друзьям, and so on. Okay. All right, I'll stop here. Okay, so I hope it was useful. So your task for the next time, so the first part of the task, like select a noun that you like. Maybe you have a favorite word in Russian and just kind of like lead it through different cases, both in singular and plural, and put it in the comments to kind of like check if it's working. Also, this chart is a little bit of a work in progress, so if you notice something that doesn't work, let me know, and I will be happy to update it. So the next part of our task is to start working with the adjectives and pronouns chart. So again, in the next video, I'll explain and show you the examples. But prior to that, kind of like look at it and try to figure out what I was trying to do here with this chart and how it will be helpful for you when you start working with the Russian pronouns and adjectives. Okay, keep learning. Пока-пока.
If you like it, please click like.